If any of you remember this little demon monster girl here, then you're not alone. This is Error, part of an old mini-movie slash discontinued series called Error, aptly titled Error. And along with her, there was Nico, Riley, Kyle, Cecilia, Aiden, and Robin, with a Y instead of an I, because woo was all these characters came from one creator back in 2019 called PhantomFairyXOX. You should probably already know her name if you already know who Error is, but for those of you who don't know where Error and her gang comes from, PhantomFairyXOX, or I'm just gonna call her Phantom or Fan for this video, was a up and coming gotcha tuber back in 2019. I think the peak of her career was when she reached 200,000 subscribers, which was an amazing feat for her. And she did little bits and pieces of gotcha content here and there, but what really got her out there on the internet was Error. And originally, Error started out as a short mini movie, which then Phantom extended into a series, but after one season and the first episode of the second season, it got discontinued for reasons that I will get into later. And she started working on a different project called Friendly Freaks. Back in 2019, voice acted gotcha content it was rare, and Phantom Fairy wanted to try her hand at a voice acted series. And then the project never really got off the ground, and then Phantom Fairy left YouTube, and that's totally fine. So it's been 3 years since Phantom has been known by that name, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have already kind of forgotten about her. So I wanted to put this video together as like a short little tribute to who she once was and how she has inspired not only me but a couple other people as well. So how I discovered Phantom, it's a little iffy, like how I stumbled upon Error. It was either me or Echo. We were both kind of getting into the gotcha scene at the time. And one of us, though I think it was me, stumbled upon Error, and I remember we watched it together. And we absolutely loved it. It was like, oh, this is really cool. This is a really cool creator. This is a really cool idea. I don't know what that sparked within me. However, I did write an Everything Wrong with YouTube script. That was a series that I wanted to do. Everything Wrong with YouTube, or really it was going to be Everything Wrong with GotchaTube. I wrote this back in August, and it was going to be my first ever episode of this. I mean, admittedly, I never made it, and I don't want to show the script. So it started out as that, just like a little passion of, this could be better. So here's some feedback that I would give to Phantom to make it better. And then, what happened after that? Well, the series came out, obviously, and watched that. Kind of tell that something was going on with Phantom, just because, something was going on, but I couldn't place my finger on it until Phantom came out later and said, I have lost interest in Error, so I'm moving on, and I'm canceling the series. Not working on it anymore. I was like, okay. So I guess that was stewing behind the scenes, and everyone was really supportive of her, as far as I remember. And then she announced that she was looking for a team to put together for a voice-acted gotcha series called Friendly Freaks. And I remember this one about as well as I remember Error, because again, it was 3 years ago. It's been a while since I've had to think about this, but my biggest claim to fame from 2019, which kind of set me on the path that I'm on right now, was that I became a scriptwriter for Phantom. I was one of, I want to say, 7 to 10 other scriptwriters who worked on Friendly Freaks. Or worked on in big quotation marks, we didn't really get a whole lot done. A lot of it was just us throwing ideas out at each other, seeing what stuck, what didn't stick, and waiting on Phantom to come along and basically give us the green light, because she's the director, therefore direct us, and we didn't really have much of a direction at the time. So not much got done, and then the project fell into the hands of someone else. Phantom Fairy stepped back from YouTube, deleted her content. There was a couple videos uploaded in about like early 2020, I think, where it was like speed paints, where she was trying to promote like a webtoon that she wanted to do at that time, mind you. And that didn't really get anywhere, or at least not that I knew of until fairly recently. And then that was it. Phantom changed her Discord, deleted her channel. That's it. And when I was looking at trying to find content like fan made videos and speed edits and stuff like that, which took a long time, mind you, I came across the Wiki page for all the different gotcha tubers. Phantom Fairy is still listed on the Wiki here, but it doesn't mention Error at all, which is kind of sad. No mention of Error, which was really like her signature series mini movie around that time. So yeah, kind of unfortunate. I think that needs to be updated a bit. Also links to her now defunct YouTube channel, which is fine. I don't even know where to begin with all the different things that Phantom has actually done for me. One of my stories, Not Your Average Robotics Class. It's a mashup between Not Your Average Girl from Midori Stories and Error. It was actually Phantom who gave me the idea for the plot that I have right now for the book. The premise is this robot is made with a glitch, and his creator is trying to fix the glitch. All the while, this robot kid is going through high school life, and that was kind of what Error was as well. It was just a monster was created with some sort of error, and she goes about her everyday life while her creator is trying to fix whatever is wrong with her. And then when that thing is eventually fixed, all the friends come running to the rescue and be like, "No, we like the old you," and then that somehow works. It really wasn't until I watched Error when the idea just came to my head of maybe I could do something similar to this. And I gave it a try and I liked it. And that's what stuck. And now it's pretty much become a staple of my writing. Or at least this book. Another thing that Phantom did for me that she doesn't know was she connected me with Zeva Phoenix through her Discord server. Because apparently, Zeva was an up-and-coming gotcha tuber around that time as well, doing short little skits here and there. Zeva was in Phantom's server, and Zeva was looking to put together a script team for her channel. And Echo saw the sign-up sheet or the announcement or whatever in the self-promo channel and told me about it. It was like, hey, this is a perfect second avenue for you to go down if Friendly Freaks doesn't do very well. I forgot specifically when Zeva announced, hey, I'm putting together a writing team, either if it was, while Friendly Freaks was still kind of in production, or after Friendly Freaks transferred ownership. But it was around the Friendly Freaks time, definitely. We were in the same server, she was looking for writers, Echo nudged me to apply, and I got on Zeva's team. And now I've been working for Zeva for 3 years. So not only has Phantom Fairy basically inspired a plot for an entire book that I want to publish, but also connected me with the first ever official script writing gig for a YouTuber, just in general. And now I'm on Viara's team and a different team. I'm on a lot of teams. And if it wasn't for me getting hired on as a writer for Phantom, I probably wouldn't have had the self-confidence to apply for any other writing job, I guess. I'm not getting paid for this. I'm doing it because I feel passionate about the projects that I'm signing up for. And I'm getting onto teams. So, yeah, if it wasn't for Phantom, I probably wouldn't be writing for Zeva right now or writing for Viara right now. Who knows? And the third thing that Phantom did for me was spark my interest in animation. Because if it wasn't for Error, I wouldn't have written that Everything Wrong with YouTube script, and I wouldn't have made that fan video. That's right, I made a fan video. I'm not showing any of it to you because I have long since deleted it, and even if I were to show it to you, it was really, really cringy and also a bad idea. But let's just say it had something to do with shock collars, like the ones you put on dogs. You're not getting anything else from me. But I felt compelled to put that video together and found out that I really enjoyed animating. And I've just been rolling with animation ever since. So I guess to end this little personal segment of what Phantom has done for me in my life, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for everything that you've inspired me to do in my life. Because I'm quite happy with what I'm doing right now. I am completely in love with how I'm writing Not Your Average Robotics class. I enjoy all my writing gigs with other gotcha tubers. It's great exposure. And thank you for igniting that passion within me to pick up animation. It's still a side hobby, and I'm not really taking it very seriously, but I do enjoy it. So, yeah, if it wasn't for Phantom Fairy, I may not be who I am today. Now, since it has been about 3 years since Phantom Fairy has been on the internet, a lot of people have either forgotten about who she was or just simply don't know her. I went looking for fan testimonials, and I did find a couple old fans. And I just want to read some of the things that they have said. I loved her Error series. The character developed and just the overall story. It was very good and original at the time. I forgot a lot about her since I stopped watching her the year I started. Oof. I was a fan for like 3 months. Yeah, that was nothing. I really enjoyed Errors. It was one of the first gotcha videos I had seen and was what led me to making my own gotcha videos. I definitely miss her characters like Adam and the rest of the gang, as they were super enjoyable. She 100% was an inspiration to me. I would not have been where I am now if it weren't for her. Not only did she give me motivation to make gotcha videos, but she also helped me some of my closest friends to this day and also is a great friend herself. I did manage to get an interview with her. Short little tangent here. So, ever since I became like a really big fan of Phantom and joined her writing team, I always wanted to interview her about Error and how she felt about it and why she quit, stuff like that. And then when she decided to leave YouTube, I wanted to interview about that as well. I had the opportunity. I want to say about a year ago, year and a half ago, I had that opportunity to interview her. And I chickened out at the last minute. The day that I planned to actually interview her was the day she deleted the second Discord server that she had made that I was in. And then I couldn't contact her after that. It was really sad because I let her slip through my fingers all because I froze up at the last minute. And honestly, that's understandable because Phantom was my idol at the time, like a seriously big idol. She still is now, but I feel a little bit more comfortable approaching her as I guess more as an equal. Anyway, so I DM'd an old friend of hers that she used to work on the script team with me and a couple other people, and she was still in contact with Phantom, which was amazing. And I managed to get my interview. I asked her about 10 questions, and here are her responses. How/why did you start YouTube? Who is your inspiration/idol around that time, if any? What sort of videos were you making, and what were your hopes for your channel? I started YouTube as a hobby. I thought it looked fun. I grew up watching YouTubers like AFMAO, DNTDM, Stampy, etc., so they were my inspirations to start in general. As for the content I actually ended up making, my inspirations were popular gotchatubers at that time, especially Emily Kitty slash Bew Bagels. I made both fan music videos and my own series. I don't remember having any specific goals in mind, just that I wanted to reach an audience. When did you first come up with the idea for Error? Who slash what was your inspiration, if any? How did you feel about Error after you uploaded it? I came up with the idea for Error in 6th grade while in class. It was out of boredom, really. I spaced out when the idea came to mind. I was really happy with the concept and was excited to start working on it once I got home. Now, question 3 and question 4 she did kind of lump together, which was, where did the idea for the series come from and were you happy with the idea at the time? I remember you saying something about losing interest in Error because you were making it for the fans and not yourself. Care to elaborate on what happened? I did lose interest in Error. It was fun making the mini movie, but fans asked for more, so I threw together a last minute series to satisfy them. After a season of that, I canceled it from burnout. Don't get me wrong, I don't blame the viewers in any way. If anything, they just taught me to think more for myself. What did you see the Friendly Freaks project as? Did the project somewhat befall the same fate as Error? Originally, I wanted Friendly Freaks to be my biggest project yet. Voice acted gotcha content was incredibly rare at the time, so I thought it would be cool to explore. Though, just like Error, I got burnt out. I was only 12 at the time, so managing a team of voice actors while also keeping up with school and family life was too much for me. Why did you make the decision to quit YouTube? Was it hard to make? Do you plan to come back in the future making any type of content? I wouldn't say I quit YouTube, only that channel. The community was growing more and more toxic, and I didn't want to surround myself in that. I do plan on getting back to making videos, this time centered around my art. I think there was a brief chunk of time where you were promoting a possible webtoon you wanted to make. Did that ever get off the ground? I was working on a webtoon, and yes, I still am. The first chapter is in the works right now, and I've been posting updates on my Instagram here and there. Do you still think about Error slash Friendly Freaks even after all these years? Rarely. It's been 3 years now, so I've moved on to other projects. However, I do sometimes reference what I learned from making Error and Friendly Freaks while working on new projects. Any advice you want to give to wannabe gotchatubers? If you want to be a gotchatuber, I suggest making something original. The community has a habit of copy-pasting other people's ideas. Some of them do take off, but it's most likely going to get buried in all the other copies. People want something new and fresh and that they haven't seen before. Any other details do you want to add? The community I have built was so sweet and I do miss them. I've been slowly building up my drawing skills ever since I deleted the channel so that I can make content around that instead of gotcha. I rebranded to the name A Spectre, and I plan on starting my webtoon this January. So in the description, I will leave a link to not only her new YouTube channel, so you can go and support her there, but also to her Linktree, where she's got links to all her different social medias, Discord, the whole works. Phantom never left. I know a lot of people have been wondering what happened to Phantom Fairy after all these years. Phantom apparently never left YouTube. She just rebranded, and that's totally fine. So go support her new venture, stay up to date with her webtoon stuff on her Instagram, and I know that I'll be looking forward to the first chapter out in January myself. I can't wait to see how far she has come in not only her art but also her storytelling skills as well. And you know, I'm not exactly doing anything right now, so if you need someone to review scripts and stories and stuff, I'm available to help you out. But it was just so great to reconnect with her after 3 years. She still remembers me from the Friendly Freaks era when I was a scriptwriter, which is amazing, surprising and amazing. Because honestly, I expected her to be like, "Who are you again?" So that's the tribute video. I know I can really only give my experiences as to what has happened since seeing Error, but it's been a lot and it's been pretty significant in my life, and I am full of nothing but gratitude towards Phantom Fairy and Error as a mini movie, as a series, as whatever. But the story of Error, it was really unique in 2019, and I still think that it kind of is today. I wish the old videos were still available because I would totally show footage from that. Unfortunately, they're not. However, I can't simply ignore all the joy that Error has brought to my life in more ways than one. And honestly, I would not be here on YouTube making this video if it was not for Phantom. Though I should probably be calling her Spectre now, just because that's her new channel. Again, links to her channels in the description. I hope you all enjoyed. There's no real good way to end this video, so once again, Phantom, Spectre, however you want to be called now, thank you for just simply existing in 2019. And just know that the legacy of Error still lives on. It will be a very hard thing to kill, because you would have to kill me first. Have a good day or night. Goodbye.